History and statistics. Major League Baseball will be including stats from the Negro Leagues in its historical records. This means approximately 3,400 Negro League players will now be part of the official MLB records. Those players include Hall of Fame catcher Josh Gibson. He'll become baseball's single-season leader in batting average ahead of Ty Cobb, and Gibson will also be at the top in slugging percentage ahead of Babe Ruth. Willie Mays, who played for the Birmingham Black Barons before signing with the Giants, will have 10 hits added, bringing him to 3,293. With us now is Josh Gibson's great-grandson and executive director of the Josh Gibson Foundation. Sean Gibson, welcome. It must be something else to finally have this day come, Sean.
Yeah, it's been a great day. Well, it's a great day not just for the Gibson family, but for all the family members of Negro League baseball players. May 29, 2024 will be a day we'll never forget. As you mentioned, Josh Gibson, one of the greatest baseball players of all time now. His stats ranked among the best, and some of them over the best. Major League Baseball made this announcement on last Wednesday. And in the statistics that they sent out, out of the 8 categories, 6 of them, Josh is ranked #1, as you mentioned, over Babe Ruth as well as Ty Cobb. We're very excited about that.
So, Sean, obviously you wish that these kind of awards or this kind of honoring would have happened when your great-grandfather was still alive, and it's been too many years that all of these players have been shunned, essentially, from the stats they rightly deserve. How long does this go? How much does this do to improve the fact that now, finally, these men are getting their recognition?
Yeah, I mean, we all wish that they were still alive when this had happened, but unfortunately, just about all of them are gone except for 3. The years that they're doing the stats are from 1920 to 1948. There's only 3 players still living. Ron Teasley, who was 97, Willie Mays is 93, and a guy named Bill Greason, who was 99. And so most of those guys are gone. But again, the old saying is better late than never. It's a great day for those 3 gentlemen I just mentioned, as well as the family members of all the great legends who played in the Negro League. But, people ask me the question, if Josh was alive right now, who would he think? I'm pretty sure he's up in heaven celebrating with Satchel Paige and Cool Papa Bell and Rube Foster and all the other great Negro League baseball players. And they're probably up there saying, finally, you're finally being recognized as major leaguers, even though we felt they were major leaguers anyway. It's just that Major League Baseball never recognized them as major leaguers.
Sean, baseball, unlike other sports, in my opinion, is heavily stats-driven. The other sports, too, but this one in particular. So now there's no more quibbling about it. You don't have to think about whether, well, that's the Negro League, that's Major League Baseball. Now it's all in one. So the arguments are going to change, right? When people are talking about stats, what like so many baseball fans do?
Oh, it's definitely going to change. I mean, now when you go to Google, some of the top baseball players in Major League Baseball, it's going to change a lot. You're going to see a lot of players from the Negro Leagues. So I think the most important part of this, though, is also educating the community about these great players. Now when they get a chance to see these great players' names listed in the ranks of Major League Baseball statistics, they get a chance to do the research and learn more about them. But it's definitely going to change history. And Josh Gibson is definitely going to change history. I mean, some of his records may not ever be broken. 466 in 1943. OPS is 718. So those are stats that are, just are crazy stats. But, the most important thing, I'm hoping that people can educate themselves about these great players.
Hey, Sean, one more thing before you go. What kind of stories have you been told about your great-grandfather? Do you have anything that, give us a little insight into what kind of a, not only player, but what kind of a person he was?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the stories about Josh is more about off the diamond. Everybody knows his baseball stories, but, Josh was a single father. I mean, his wife died giving birth to their twins. She was 17 years old. My great-grandmother, Helen, was 17, and he was 18. So here he was at 18 years old trying to play baseball in the Negro Leagues and trying to raise twins. But he had a tough decision to make. It was either to stay and raise his twins or continue his baseball career. And he did decide to go continue his baseball career. And luckily, his in-laws raised the kids. But there's a lot of great stories. I mean, he was a great dancer. He was well-groomed, man, liked to dress very nicely. And the most important thing, he was a great athlete. He was also a great swimmer and ran track as well.
Well, Sean, I'm sure there's a lot of pride in the Gibson household and the foundation for your great-grandfather. Thank you for joining us. I'm so happy that this day has finally come.
Thank you for having me. Enjoy your day.
All right.